Hi, and welcome to Talks with Shay. So today I would like to begin from reading from Isaiah chapter 43 and verse 18. And it says, "Remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old." So for the month of February, we have a new series, and we're going to title this series Take a Ride. And so for part one of Take a Ride, I would like to talk to you about park. So when I'm talking about park, I'm not talking about the park outside that you bring your kids to swing and slide on or anything like that. I'm talking about park gear inside your car. You know, when we get in our cars, the first gear that it's on automatically is what? It's in park, right? So you have to get out of park to be able to move, to go anywhere in your car to take a drive. And so when I think about just being in park gear in our lives, I think of different situations that cause us to be stuck in a rut, stuck in a situation where we feel like we just can't get out of and move forward. You know, we all can name different times in our lives where we felt stuck in park gear and we felt like we didn't know what to do to get out of park. When I think of just myself personally, you know, I just come out of a season of healing and God has healed me from a certain situation. And I'm like, now that I'm freed from that situation and healed from that situation, I'm like, okay, now I can get out of park gear, out of this situation, out of this process that I was in and move forward to the things that I want to do. When I think about even being stuck in park, I think of how draining it is. Mentally draining. You know, you could think of it of different situations where you've been in your life where you felt so stuck in a situation to where you didn't know how to get out of it. You know, when I look back at different situations from other people and even myself, unforgiveness was one of those ways that people can find themselves stuck in a rut in, which is that unforgiveness. A lot of times it's like because we haven't forgiven somebody and let go of it, we're stuck in part because we're stuck in that situation. We're giving that situation so much control over our lives that it causes us to go into depression, anxiety, and all kind of worries that has nothing to do with us that we haven't placed at the feet of Jesus. So when I think about just in relationships in general, like with other people and even with God, it's constant growth. Growth always happens, but you can't grow in park. You have to get out of park and shift the gears out of there to get out of the rut that you may be in. A lot of times we personally put ourselves in park gear and leave us there because we've become so complacent and so like comfortable in a sense of being there. You know, when you think about different people that goes through different situations, how many times we can all think of a person that maybe complains about their same situation over and over and over. The thing about it is we always might complain about it because we're stuck in it and we're in part gear. But the only way to get out of it is to let it go. As long as we hold on to it, we're stuck in park. And what park does is no good. Number one, when you think about being in park gear in your car, there's no movement, right? You can't go anywhere. You can't even make anything good happen in park because you're not moving. You're stuck. And so you want to get out of that rut, out of that place of feeling like nothing is moving forward. And guess what? You have more control over that than you even realize. We can't keep blaming it on other people for our situation and keep playing victim to decisions that we've made and recognize that I'm tired playing victim. I want to be the victor. You are not alone in the situation that you're in. Someone has been through it, if not worse, right? You know, we hear that a lot, but the reality of it is, y'all, It's the God honest truth. There's always somebody else in a worse situation than you. Now, you may think it's the worst because it feels like it, but guess what? There's always a worse situation you can be in. But you have to want to get out of that situation. And the only way to get out of it, you have to change your mind frame. You have to change your perspective to get out of part gear. You know, that's the same thing if you go sit in your car and ready to go to the store. Nothing's going to happen if you don't change the gears, right? Same thing in our lives. Nothing is going to happen if you don't change the gear. You're going to stay stuck in park with no movement because you're choosing to stay. Stop blaming everybody around you that may have caused things to go wrong in your life, but you had someone to play a part to play in it as well. You know, we can place the blame on other people, but it's time for us to own our own responsibilities and take our lick. You know, when I think of just different situations in my life that I caused to take place in my life that were wrong decisions, and guess what? I'm going to make another one today. I'll probably make another one tomorrow and the day after. But it's a matter of staying stuck in that mistake. Get out of it. Let it go and say, you know what? It is what it is. I can't take it back. And move forward. That's the only thing that you can do. Just like the scripture said, we can't look at the things that are behind us. The old things are passed away. You know, the only thing that God can do is what he can bring change for us is moving forward for our future. Stop wasting energy on things in the past that have happened. Get over it. Forgive the people that need to be forgiven. Give them mercy because we want mercy. But most importantly, don't forget to give yourself mercy. That a lot of times for me personally, I can say it's hard for me. It's like I'll forgive and give mercy to other people, but sometimes I forget to give it to myself. So my encouragement today for you would be stop being stuck in park because it is your choice. Get out of there and realize that it's time to shift gears to something else. Stop wanting to be stuck there and say, you know what, I'm tired. It's 2023. Get your little vision board, whether it's mentally or physically, whatever works for you, and say, what I'm going to do to get out of park this year. What am I going to do to stop complaining and whining about my same situations that have happened and realize that it's time to get out of park? Forgive who you need to forgive. Let it go. Move forward and be tired of being in park. Because guess what? I'm more than sure even the people that is around you are even tired of you being in park. Sometimes the people around you are more tired of you being in park than you're tired of you being in park. So let's get it together, right? And get out of park gear. We can do this, you know. I look at myself and I'm like, I don't like nothing moving forward. Like, I don't like situations just stuck. So guess what? I got to make something happen. God, what it is that I need to do? Lord, what is it that you're trying to tell me that I need to do? Okay, I need to pray and let it go. Pray and let it go. Every day, Shalonda, you got to pray. Forgive them, let it go. Lord, I choose to forgive. Forgiveness is a choice. You know, when we think of being in park and stuck in park, it's all in our court. It's not everybody else's. It's you. You have complete control of what gear you choose to stay stuck in. And right now we're talking about park gear. So you have to be sick and tired of being stuck in that gear and start doing something about it. Make action, bring actions to what you want. You know, if you don't want anything to happen, nothing's going to happen. You're going to stay stuck. If you don't want change to take place, you're going to stay stuck. But it starts with setting your mind in a mindset of feeling like, you know what, I've been here long enough. I'm not going to stay drowning in this situation and stay stuck. It's draining mentally to just be in the same situation over and over again. You know, for myself, I've looked at different situations where I've made the same mistakes. And guess what? Ended up with the same results. That's why I've been divorced the times that I have been. Because I chose to choose less. Didn't look at myself for being enough. And so I just chose whatever. I was in my face, I guess I should say. Instead of letting God work it out and waiting on God, I got impatient and made impatient decisions outside of God's will. And then it happened. Guess what? But I'm here today to encourage you that if you're seeing yourself following the same mistakes that you've made over and over, it starts with you. Changing your mindset and realizing I deserve better. I want better for myself and for the people around me. It's all up to you to get out of park. Nobody can make you get out of park. It's up to you. You have to take that first step. But even God tells us without a vision, people perish. So you have to have a vision. And for a vision to come to pass, some actions have to be taken. So my question to you is, what actions are you taking to get out of park? Or are you choosing to stay there to be a victim? For how long? Become the victor and get tired of being the victim. It's all in your court. You do whatever you want. You can stay stuck if you want. But if you choose to stay in park, remember this for me. Stop bringing everybody else in park gear with you by complaining and moping and complaining about different things in your life that's going wrong. Realize that, you know what? If I choose to be stuck, stop weighing that weight on everybody else because of your situation and your circumstances that you're facing. Get out of park. It's your choice and you can do it. God is waiting for you. So let him wait no more. Make up your mind today that I'm getting out of park gear and I'm moving forward. So before I go, I just want to remind you, if you haven't already, check out my website at www.talkswithshay.org. You can find me on YouTube and also find me on Facebook. Like my page, share my page, invite your friends to like my page. And until next time with Talks with Shay, Shay is out. Y'all be blessed.